This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, the $30 million shared path connecting Port Chalmers and Dunedin is taking another turn in the right direction. A 14-year-old youngster has gained a licence to drive a piece of equipment significantly older than he is. And a flight instructor is happy to share the joy of flying with people who can pay for the fuel. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. The New Zealand Transport Agency says motorists using State Highway 88 should allow extra time as work starts on the next stage of the shared path between Dunedin and Port Chalmers. The $30 million project is set to be completed by 2022.
The next phase of the long-awaited cycle link between Port Chalmers and Dunedin gets underway this week. The New Zealand Transport Agency is overseeing the State Highway 88 Shared Path project, and Senior Project Manager Jason Forbes says people should expect delays.
We are expecting to have up to 3 single lane closures at a time, but delays should not be much more than 5 minutes throughout the entire site.
Delayed for a month due to the COVID-19 shutdown, it's now due to be completed by mid-2022. Forbes says they're doing all they can to minimise delays while keeping their contractors safe.
They will be on time delay to make sure that the delay remains less than 5 minutes.
He says if queues start to get too long, contractors will use stop-go signs to control the traffic flow. The railway lines which run alongside the road will be raised, and motorists will be able to see a wall with a Dunedin artist commissioned to make the large concrete structure look less like a large concrete wall.
Displaying this artwork, which was designed by local artist Simon Kahn. It depicts the story of Matamata the Taniwha who carved out the Otago Harbour.
Contractors will also strengthen the rock wall on part of the rail corridor as the shared path will run alongside the rail line. Once completed, cyclists and walkers will have an undisturbed path between Port Chalmers and Dunedin. In Dunedin, the South Today.
National Party leader Todd Muller resigned as leader effective immediately this morning. It's understood he informed the party's caucus at 7:25 a.m, with news breaking on Radio New Zealand 5 minutes later. The now former National Party leader recently visited Dunedin businesses with candidate Liam Kernahan and health spokesperson Michael Woodhouse. Muller rolled Simon Bridges as leader just over 50 days ago. The first test of his leadership came when Clutha Southland MP Hamish Walker shared confidential information with media after it was given to him by Michelle Bogue. Todd Muller released a statement today saying he's taken time over the weekend to reflect on his experience over the last several weeks as leader of the opposition. He says it's become clear that he isn't the best person to be leader of the opposition and leader of the New Zealand National Party at this critical time for New Zealand. There was a caucus teleconference this morning before members began flying to Wellington for an emergency caucus meeting. Other political party leaders have expressed sympathy for Todd Muller, who stepped down 67 days before Election Day. A 14-year-old has recently gained a certificate to drive on the road. The qualification is not for an ordinary motor car, but instead a huge smoke-belching traction engine.
14-year-old Thomas Kyle of Timaru has recently passed his certificate to drive traction engines on the road.
They send down the papers to do, and you do the theory work, you just learn all the stuff and you mark on the test. And once you completed that, you do the practical stuff, and we went for a drive up Christchurch, and it was 13 kilometres, and it's all about driving and firing and all that sort of.
He says the steam-powered machines have been in his family for quite a few generations, starting with his great-grandfather who operated traction engines and employed 150 men harvesting around South Canterbury early last century.
Well, my great-granddad, he had engines, he had 13 of them, and they got passed down to my granddad. He had 4 of them, and then my dad they passed down again.
These days there's not too many full-time jobs going for traction engine operators, but Thomas is keen to attend steam fairs and rallies as the opportunities arise.
Well, when I get older, I would really like to go over to England and go to the big rallies over there and drive engines around over there. That'd be a lot of fun. We've been over a few times and enjoyed it quite a bit, so I'd be quite happy to go over there and maybe do a few runs around New Zealand.
Thomas's father and mother also have their steam tickets, and he says his 12-year-old sister is intending to get hers at some stage. In Timaru, the South Today.
A South Island-born businessman wants to bring big technology to Tiwai. Following last week's announcement that the aluminium smelter will close, Temuka-born electric vehicle charging entrepreneur Nigel Broomhall believes the situation presents an opportunity to innovate. Broomhall says he will pitch to US electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla to establish a gigafactory at Tiwai. Tesla operates 3 gigafactories worldwide, manufacturing electric vehicles and components, including batteries. Company founder Elon Musk plans to open 12 plants and believes the sustainable energy market might eventually require 100. Invercargill Mayor Tim Shadbolt says as the initial shock and horror of the closure waned, he was heartened by a flood of alternative ideas. A flying instructor in Ashburton is waiving his instructor fees to encourage people to learn to fly. Local man Ron McFarlane is keen to see more people do the 50 or so hours needed to gain a pilot's licence.
Views such as this while flying over Canterbury are now well within the grasp of most wannabe pilots in Ashburton, thanks to retired plumber and flying instructor Ron McFarlane.
We have trial flights to see if you would like to try it and just see if that's your bag.
The 2-seater aircraft is part of a local aviation program which was originally set up to make flying more affordable for older pilots. McFarlane is not charging an instructor's fee so as to encourage people to consider learning to fly and to keep the plane active.
The cost all up from learning as a beginner to right through to your advanced certificate with a pilot rating is around about $6,000, about 50 years of flying.
The aircraft is capable of 170 kilometres per hour and can fly from Ashburton to anywhere in the South Island within 2.5 hours.
You go places, so you'll go somewhere to another airfield which you'd never been before, and you'd have the skills to actually land the plane without knowing anything about the airfield before you go.
While you have to be over 16 to hold a pilot's licence, you can start learning much earlier, and McFarlane says he's given instruction to people as young as 11 years of age. Anyone interested in learning to fly can make contact through the Ashburton Aviation Museum. In Ashburton, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. Helicopters stabilise a slip in the Cromwell Gorge, and a play which was cancelled due to COVID-19 is set to open in Dunedin.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Hi, Lindsay Campbell. We're back in Invercargill again. We're here for a month. We've got a men's fashion clearance at up to 70% off. We're right beside the Motorcycle Mecca. Check them out too. Jackets, lovely knitwear, scarves, hats, you name it, we'll keep you warm. Come and see us at the menswear fashion clearance pop-up.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
That's the Alex Campbell Menswear pop-up store in Invercargill.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Do you know Youth Grow in North East Valley? It's an awesome plant nursery where young people can work and learn life skills. You can now order your vegetable seedlings, herbs, bulbs and shrubs over the phone or by email. Either pick up your order on Norwood Street in North East Valley or they can deliver to you. Look for Youth Grow Garden Centre on Facebook or visit youthgrow.org.nz. Happy gardening!
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance spheres. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. A car crashed into a horse and its rider this afternoon, leaving one person with minor injuries and resulting in a vet having to put the horse down. Police were called to the scene on Riccarton Road West about 2:20 p.m. St John's says one female patient was treated at the scene for minor injuries. When a vet arrived at the scene, the decision was made to euthanise the horse before contractors were called in to clear the road. Helicopters with monsoon buckets are being used to help stabilise the hillside in the Cromwell Gorge after a major slip this morning. The slip, about 30 metres above Highway 8, is estimated at 30 metres long, 20 metres wide and 15 metres deep. The New Zealand Transport Agency says crews are closely monitoring and managing the potentially significant slip near the Cromwell Bridge intersection. An Otago Daily Times reporter says large pieces of rock can be seen falling from the slip. The NZTA says road crews and geotechnical advisors are aiming to keep the road open overnight. A wartime adaptation of a children's adventure is set to hit the stage in Dunedin despite being cancelled 3 months ago. Carol Kruger Children's Theatre production of The Famous Five was due to begin in April. Then COVID-19 closed the nation.
Dunedin drama teacher Carol Kruger gets to play a gypsy in her light-hearted spoof of Enid Blyton's popular Famous Five adventures. The play being put on in Dunedin this week is set during World War II.
As the first Enid Blyton book came out in 1942, so we've taken the children, this is where it's a spoof, we've taken the children, they're evacuees from London, they arrive in the country in England, in Dorset, because they're all evacuees, and what happens? Bing! A plane, enemy plane, crashes into the field.
Kruger wrote the play for her drama school, which are putting the production on with a cast of 20 youngsters. And of course, no Famous Five adventure is complete without a mystery.
The five, including one dog, they have a mystery to solve. And lots of things happen. It's very funny.
The play was originally intended to go on stage in April, but that was put back due to the COVID-19 lockdown.
Well, we had huge hurdles, and the big one was called COVID-19. And we started off, as you have to, with children. You have to have months of rehearsal, otherwise it doesn't get together. So we started off, and we'd only been about 4 weeks into production, and New Zealand was locked down.
The cast and crew are now getting ready for opening night on Thursday, with the play running for 3 nights at 6:30 p.m. until Saturday at the new Athenaeum Theatre in the Lower Octagon. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, the City Council is looking into the potential location of a new landfill in Dunedin, and we check out tomorrow's weather.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance fairs. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today.
Hi, Lindsay Campbell. We're back in Invercargill again. We're here for a month. We've got a men's fashion clearance and up to 70% off. We're right beside the Motorcycle Mecca. Check them out too. Jackets, lovely knitwear, scarves, hats, you name it, we'll keep you warm. Come and see us at the menswear fashion clearance pop-up.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
That's the Alex Campbell Menswear pop-up store in Invercargill.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Shall I make some scones?
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Do you know Youth Grow in North East Valley? It's an awesome plant nursery where young people can work and learn life skills. You can now order your vegetable seedlings, herbs, bulbs and shrubs over the phone or by email. Either pick up your order on Norwood Street in North East Valley or they can deliver to you. Look for Youth Grow Garden Centre on Facebook or visit youthgrow.org.nz. Happy gardening!
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
Welcome back. Further decisions about the future of Dunedin's waste and a potential landfill site will be made next month. The Green Island landfill's existing consent is set to expire in 2023. The City Council is looking into the potential of a new landfill in the hills close to Dunedin Airport. Councillors are to decide in a month's time on how public consultation about the site is to be carried out. Funding considerations are to be decided for inclusion in the City Council's upcoming 10-year plan. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The $30 million shared path connecting Port Chalmers and Dunedin is taking another turn in the right direction, with work back up to speed post-COVID-19. A 14-year-old youngster has gained a licence to drive a piece of equipment significantly older than he is, an historic steam-powered traction engine. And a flight instructor is happy to share the joy of flying with people who can pay for the fuel, having decided to leave his fees on the ground. And time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig.
Good evening. Another huge day in politics, of course, and
Yes.
still 10 weeks out from an election, so who knows what's going to happen next. National Party, the news story that just keeps giving. Of course, Todd Muller announcing his resignation today, just 53 days into the job. We take a look, our political reporter Mike Houlihan takes a look at the role the Southern MPs, Hamish Walker and Michael Woodhouse, may have had in his downfall. Of course, Hamish Walker now gone as well. Question marks about Michael Woodhouse's impact over the leaked emails. We've spoken to Michael. He's adamant he's not at fault and that he's really just looking at the next 10 weeks as well, and the election is their focus. National Caucus meeting from about 7:30 tonight to discuss who their new leader will be. Word is that they may return to Simon Bridges, or they may give Judith Collins finally let her have a go at the top job. So that'll be on our website as soon as we know tonight, and we'll have full coverage and reaction of that in tomorrow's newspaper. Another breaking event out of Cromwell today with a potentially serious slip above State Highway 8 in the Cromwell Gorge there. 30 metre long slip. The highway was down to one lane of traffic for much of the day, causing huge disruptions up there. They've had helicopters and monsoon buckets dropping water, trying to get it moving really. So they're hoping to keep the road open throughout the night and get some more work done on it tomorrow. But yeah, concerns if that road gets closed, as you can imagine. Fresh Pages, we got a new feature tomorrow where our guest chefs, our local chefs, supply some nice recipes for us. Judith Cullen and Greg Pine are up tomorrow, and there's not a bad recipe for barbecued chili ribs, if that's your thing. And sport, finally, golf clubs are reporting an increase in membership over the last 3 months, and on the back of COVID-19 really. Of course, when the lockdown ended, you had to be a member of a club to get out there and have a bit of a hit around, so people seem to be signing up. So they're enjoying the increased numbers, and hoping it's going to continue as well. So good news for them.
Right, well, thank you, Craig. All of that and more in tomorrow's ODT. And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with the city view, work underway at State Highway 88. Looking at the situation, an anticyclone extends onto southern New Zealand for the next few days, bringing mostly fine weather with clear skies and frost inland, but some cloud on the coast. Starting at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport are looking at mostly cloudy skies, showers and 13 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim can expect clear blue skies and 12 degrees. In Canterbury, it will be cloudy with showers for some places. Kaikoura and Christchurch head for 9 degrees, while Ashburton heads for 8. To the southern towns, plan for light easterlies and cloudy skies for the Catlins and Balclutha, where your high is set to be 9 degrees. Lumsden and Gore are both due for clear skies with light winds and 10 degrees. In Central, you can expect light winds and clear skies. Wanaka should reach 8 degrees, Queenstown 7, while Alexandra and Tiano head for 9 degrees. To the northern towns on the coast, Timaru and Tuamaru can expect moderate easterlies, cloudy skies and 9 degrees. Inland, those in Twizel and Omarama can plan for light winds and clear skies, 9 for Twizel, 8 for Omarama. In Dunedin, cloudy tonight with some drizzly patches and an overnight low of 6. Overcast and cold tomorrow with more drizzle, a high of 8 and a low of 5. Similar on Thursday, a high of 8 and a low of 5. And in Invercargill, fine and cold tonight with an overnight low of 0. Mostly fine and sunny tomorrow, a high of 10 and a low of 2. Similar on Thursday, a high of 10 and a low of 3. That's all for our news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.